What's up and welcome back to Cryptographics. Today, I'd like to welcome you to the brand new series where we will be diving deep into the Maximus DAO ecosystem and all its latest additions. In this video, we will be summarizing everything that the Maximus team has released to date, as well as what is coming for the protocol. In future videos, we will be diving deep into the technical details as well as game theory as this series goes on. Now, let's dive right in. On April 16th of 2022, Hex holders had a 14-day window to participate in a 15-year stake where users pool their Hex to make one giant stake and max out the staking bonuses, something previously available to only a select few Hex holders. If users decided to commit their Hex to the Maximus DAO, they received one Maxi token for every Hex token they sent to the contract during this mint phase. These tokens would be redeemable for Hex at the end of the stake. Now, both founders are fully transparent about their identities and are very public. They both live stream, hold Twitter spaces, and are constantly engaging with the public. And this makes me very confident in the legitimacy of their work moving forward. But back to Maxi though. Maxi allowed stakers to save on gas fees for starting a stake and ultimately save them money on the end stake as well, as anyone can pay the fee to end the stake if someone is feeling generous. Once that gas fee is paid, users can redeem their Maxi for their share of the Hex in the pool, and then receive their share of the Hedron tokens from the stake as well. The Maxi protocol has frozen the emergency end stake button, so no one can end the stake early under any circumstances. There are no admin keys, and the code is also, like Hex, locked forever. Let's get back to the minting phase though. At the end of the 14-day period, a whopping 294,316,330 Hex had been committed to the Maximus DAO and were locked up for 15.2 years or 5,555 days. This meant that there would only ever be at most 294.316330 Maxi tokens in existence. Let's quickly go over how the Maxi tokens value should work over the duration of the stake, at least on the market. Now, each Maxi token is worth point, and then there's like 9 or 10 zeros and 339%, so it's tiny, of the 294 million and change token supply, and is based off the starting amount of Hex committed to the DAO. Because a stake generates Hex yield, the amount of Hex in the DAO will be growing every day, meaning that each Maxi token will be redeemable for 0.0000039% of the entire amount of Hex in the DAO at the end of the stake. And I'll put that number here so you can see it as well. It's a tiny number, but it's still worth that amount of the entire Hex yield. If at the end of the 15 years, the total amount of Hex in the DAO was 1 billion, then each Maxi token would then be redeemable for 3.39 Hex at the end of the stake instead of just 1 like it started. It's very unlikely that the number in the DAO is this low. However, this is just for the sake of example here. So now that we can see how the token is redeemable for Hex in the DAO, let's talk about how its value should increase. Due to Maxi being a derivative of Hex in the DAO, and the amount of Hex in the DAO is increasing daily, the value of Maxi should increase over time in direct proportion to the growth of Hex in the DAO and the price of Hex. The price performance should follow a trend like this, and I'll put it on screen here. As you can see, the premium, so the Hex Maxi chart, so what it should do is the number of Hex actually in the treasury, meaning the treasury value, is constantly going up. And therefore, the actual market value should fluctuate higher and lower over time across that green line. So what is fantastic about this concept, now that we know what the price in relation to Hex and the Hex in the treasury should work, is that Maxi gives instant liquidity to those who wish to cash out early within that stake without ending the stake itself. What this means in simple terms is that normally, if you stake your Hex, you are locked in for at least half of the stake to get your principal back. However, while holding Maxi, you can sell your share of the stake based on the exact amount of yield your portion of tokens has earned, plus the principal at any time. You can also buy back in later if you ever decided. Now that we understand Maxi in a nutshell, let's introduce the 4 Perpetual stake tokens and the newest additions to the Maximus DAO. Now, Base is a single-year perpetual stake cycle that allows users to pool their Hex tokens into one giant yearly stake. Trio is a 3-year perpetual stake cycle that allows users to pool their Hex tokens into one giant 3-year stake. Lucky is a 7-year perpetual stake cycle that allows users to pool their Hex into one giant 7-year stake. And finally, we have Deci or Decimus, which is a 10-year perpetual stake cycle that allows users to pool their Hex tokens into a giant 10-year stake. They all have the gas savings like Maxi, allow users to cash out or buy in at any time, and mint Hedron at the end of the stake. There will be up to a 21-day mint phase, which will function the same as the Maxi mint phase for all perpetual staking tokens. Half of the bigger pays better bonus from these perpetual stakes are given to the team's token stakers as yield. But what exactly is team? Maximus Team is an income sharing token for Maximus DAO members. Maxi holders can mint one team token by pledging one Maxi token to the smart contract during the mint phase. Here is where we introduce the mystery box, which sounds a whole lot like the origin address or the source address from both Hex and Hedron. The mystery box gets a copy of all team minted during this phase. Its owner is unknown and undisclosed, and we should not have any expectations of this mystery box. Back to team now. Now, team tokens must be staked for 1 year at a time to earn the rewards in the form of both Hex and Hedron from the base token stake. The rewards come from 50% of the bigger pays better bonus of the base, trio, lucky, and Deci stakes. Team staking will start just before the base stake minting period each year, as well as for the trio, lucky, and Deci stakes, and end when the stakes minting has begun. Users who remain staked for the entirety of the stake within team for that year will earn their share of the rewards and their principal back. If a user does not complete the stake, no matter how far from the end it is, they will incur a 3.69% penalty on their team principal no matter how close or how far from the end of the stake they are. Team stakers can stake and earn yearly passive income with a perpetual base plus the other staking cycles. What happens to the Maxi though that was pledged to the smart contract? Let's break that down, as this is where things start to get very interesting. When the team minting phase is over and users have pledged their Maxi tokens, a few things happen with the tokens. 20% of the Maxi used to mint team is burnt from existence, never to return to supply, and consequently increasing the redemption amount of each individual Maxi token. Now, 30% of the Maxi pledged is held in a trustless escrow and redistributed to stakers in the following sequence. 1/6 of that 30% is redistributed after 3 years, 1/3 is after 6 years, and 1/2, or the remaining half, is redistributed after 9 years. This will incentivize users to be buying and staking team at the 2, 5, and 8 year mark, because you need to be staked for an entire year in order to earn the rewards on years 9, 6, and 3. Finally, the remaining 50% of all Maxi pledged will be sent to the mystery box. So the big question is, why on earth would anyone give up their Maxi tokens for team when the bigger pays better bonus of a 1 year stake would be minimal? This is where we must look at the timing of all other stakes. During years 1 and 2, team stakers would only get bonuses from the base yearly stake. In year 3, though, team stakers would get 50% of the bigger pays better bonus from both base and trio, as well as 1/6 of the redistributed Maxi tokens to team stakers. During year 6, team stakers would get the bigger pays better bonus from base, trio, as well as 1/3 of the Maxi tokens redistributed to the stakers. In year 7, team would get bonuses from both base and lucky. In year 9, team stakers would get bonuses from base, trio, and the final half remaining of the Maxi to be redistributed. In year 10, team stakers would get the bigger pays better bonus from the base and Deci stakes. Year 12 would see bonuses from both trio and base. Year 14 would see base and lucky, and year 15 would see bonuses from trio, base, in addition to that being the year the Maxi stake has ended. It really is a perpetual Hex staking ladder system, and really cool. Not only does acquiring team get you yearly bonuses in Hex and Hedron that overlap every so many years, but acquiring team makes Maxi more rare and could possibly even see rewards for team stakers in the form of PLS, ETH, USDC, and other tokens that are sent to the smart contract. So now that we've completed the overview of Maximus DAO, in the next video, we will dive deep into what this means on a more technical level. What kind of reward systems are there, or what kind of rewards are going to happen over the course of 15 years for team stakers? Is it worth it to hold Maxi or to mint team? what's going on within the system, what does it look like based on projections and models that all have created, so we can go deep into this. After even researching enough to do the video you've just watched, it's obvious to me how beneficial to Hex the Maximus DAO really is and will be. It will incentivize users to lock up Hex, knowing full well that if they sell early, they are not hurting the price of Hex directly. We have a lot more to learn before I can concretely say just how big of an impact Maximus could have on Hex, but so far it seems nothing short of great. And you're going to want to tune in for the next video, because we're going to dive, like I was saying, very deep and look at the rewards, the potential. We're going to do estimates. We've got a crazy model I'm working on right now. So if you want to see what the estimates look like in the next video, smash that like button, subscribe, drop me a comment with how stoked you are to see what's going to happen with Maximus. And thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, I appreciate you, and thanks for making it here. If you'd like to support the channel, you can join the YouTube memberships. You can go to cryptographics.com and you can either book a call or buy some merch, as well as you can go into the link in the description and you can actually donate there. So finally, there are scammers in the comments. If it's not my highlighted Cryptographics name bar, it's not me talking to you, and I'm never going to ask you to go to WhatsApp or anywhere other than cryptographics.com or here in the comments to get a hold of me. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one in part 2. Peace.